10 craziest honey badger battles ever caught on camera. Think size matters in the wild? Think again. What you're about to see will blow your mind. Welcome back to Nature's Last Call, and let's jump straight into 10 craziest honey badger, wildest encounters ever caught on camera. Number 10. Honey badger versus python. A honey badger found itself in a deadly grip, coiled tightly by a massive python, and most animals would have surrendered instantly, but not this fearless little fighter. With loose, thick skin and insane pain tolerance, it twisted and snapped, refusing to give in. Suddenly, two jackals appeared, turning the fight into pure chaos. The python struck again, trying to intimidate, but the honey badger's relentless aggression was unstoppable. In a heart-stopping tug of war, the badger wriggled free, teeth bared and eyes blazing. Against all odds, it overpowered the rock python, dragging it into the bushes as if claiming victory was the most natural thing in the world. Number 9. Honey badger versus wild dog. In another wild showdown, a honey badger was cornered by a pack of wild dogs. African wild dogs rarely risk attacking stubborn prey that fights back, and they learned this lesson firsthand. The honey badger lunged, snapped, and intimidated the group, forcing them to abandon the chase. Even when surrounded, the badger's courage and unpredictability made it a force to be reckoned with. For wild animals, underestimating a honey badger can be a serious mistake. Number 8. Honey badger versus lion. At Thorny Bush Nature Reserve, a pride of lions came face to face with two tiny honey badgers. And what happened next was unbelievable. Most animals would have run, but these badgers hissed and charged like fearless warriors, shocking the massive predators. The lions froze, unsure how to handle such boldness from creatures so small. Honey badgers are notorious for standing up to animals 10 times their size and even outnumbered. They struck back with fearless aggression. Their thick, nearly impenetrable skin made the lions pause, giving the badgers the upper hand. One brave honey badger, cornered while hunting, didn't flee. It snapped and lunged at its attackers with sheer audacity. Eventually, the two badgers retreated, but safely, leaving the lions bewildered. Later, a lone male lion tried to take on another honey badger, only to meet unshakable courage head-on. Frustrated and confused, the lion gave up, letting the tiny predator slip away unscathed. In the wild, size doesn't always win. Boldness, fearlessness, and sheer guts can turn the tables in the most shocking ways. Number 7. Honey badger versus leopard. What happens when three stealthy leopards decide to take on the wrong target? At first it seemed like an easy hunt, but this honey badger had other plans. Even outnumbered, it refused to flee, striking back aggressively and catching the predators completely off guard. Each snap of its jaws and swipe of its claws made the leopards reconsider their choice, turning the hunt into a shocking battle of wills. Incredibly, one honey badger even fought while injured, refusing to let a much larger predator intimidate it. The leopards tried to stalk, pounce, and outmaneuver, but the badger's fearless and unpredictable attacks kept them at bay. Eventually, after intense struggle, the tiny fighter managed to escape, trotting away as if nothing had happened. In the wild, boldness and ferocity can be stronger than size, and this honey badger proved it beyond doubt. Number 6. Honey badger versus hyena. Out of nowhere, a hyena appeared, its eyes locked on the honey badger's fresh kill, and you could feel the tension spike. The badger had just taken down a lizard and was enjoying its meal. But this sudden intruder changed everything. It growled, snapped, and lunged, letting the hyena know it wasn't going to give up easily. Even when faced with a much larger predator, the honey badger's fearless aggression was on full display. Yet sometimes, survival means knowing when to step back, and the badger slowly retreated, leaving its hard-earned meal behind. Another hyena tried its luck, but the tiny fighter's unpredictability and sharp strikes kept it at bay. When the pack pressed their advantage, the honey badger darted to safety, disappearing into its refuge. In the wild, courage, cunning, and relentless aggression can make even the smallest animal a force to be reckoned with. Number 5. Honey badger versus elephant. Imagine a tiny honey badger going head-to-head with an elephant. a creature dozens of times its size. The massive elephant swung its trunk and kicked with all its might, angry and confused by this fearless little challenger. Even after being knocked unconscious multiple times in under a minute, the honey badger kept coming back, relentless and unyielding. Each daring strike stunned anyone watching, proving just how fearless it really was. Spectators could hardly believe their eyes. How could such a small animal challenge a giant? Eventually, the elephant gave up, retreating safely, while the badger finally stopped its chase, taking one last defiant kick. This tiny warrior had faced the impossible and survived, showing pure courage against all odds. Number 4. Honey badger versus turtle. You wouldn't expect a honey badger to challenge a tortoise, but this tiny warrior had other plans. Known for its fearless and relentless nature, it set its sights on the unlucky tortoise. Tortoise shells are made of bone and keratin, strong enough to protect most predators, yet they were no match for the badger's determination. Snap by snap, bite by bite, the honey badger worked tirelessly, refusing to give up. Its persistence turned the seemingly impossible into reality. Eventually, it cracked through the tough shell, earning its hard-fought prize. In the wild, nothing tests courage like a honey badger facing the unbreakable, and winning number 3. Honey badger versus molesnake. A molesnake may not be venomous, but it's a powerful constrictor capable of delivering bites that can be fatal. Most animals would flee, but for this honey badger, it was just another test of persistence. Locking its sights on the snake, the badger attacked relentlessly, snapping and biting with fearless determination. The snake tried to escape, twisting and striking, but the badger would not let go. Every move was calculated, every strike precise, as the battle turned into a tense standoff. Slowly, the honey badger immobilized the snake's jaws, showing no mercy to its formidable opponent. Finally, after a dramatic struggle, it emerged victorious, settling in to enjoy a hard-earned meal. Once again, size and danger meant nothing against its unstoppable courage. Number 2. Honey badger versus monitor lizard. A monitor lizard stumbled into the wrong territory when it crossed paths with a honey badger, and it was about to learn a deadly lesson. Though similar in size and armed with sharp claws and a powerful tail, it had no idea what it was up against. The honey badger lunged instantly, snapping and biting with relentless aggression, aiming straight for the lizard's tail. Every strike was precise, every move fearless, leaving the lizard struggling to defend itself. Despite its tough skin and strength, the monitor lizard was overpowered by sheer determination and ferocity. The battle ended with the lizard dragged into the burrow, completely defeated. Once again, the honey badger proved that in the wild, courage and aggression often outweigh size and strength. Number 1. Honey badger versus Cape cobra. Finally, perhaps one of the most daring encounters is between a honey badger and a venomous Cape cobra. Cobras are dangerous, quick, and deadly, but the honey badger's thick skin and partial immunity to venom made it a fearless predator. As the snake struck, the badger darted and countered, refusing to retreat. In the end, the cobra was overpowered and subdued, demonstrating that honey badgers will take on any challenge, even venomous snakes, and rarely fail to come out on top. Outro honey badgers are some of the most fearless animals on Earth. From lions to elephants, snakes, hyenas, and even armored tortoises, they have faced predators far larger and stronger than themselves and often emerged victorious. Their courage, persistence, and intelligence make them true survivors in the wild. If you were amazed by these insane honey badger battles, make sure to like the video, comment on which fight shocked you the most, and subscribe to Nature's Last Call for more epic wildlife adventures. These tiny warriors remind us that sometimes the smallest creatures have the biggest hearts and the bravest spirits.